A discarded young bird developed feelings for this woman. After a year, look at how different he looks. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. This narrative took place in Kauai, an island in the Central Pacific that is a part of the Hawaiian archipelago, around the beginning of 2021. Because a large portion of its area is covered with tropical rainforest, it is known as the Garden Isle. As many people are aware, rainforests are often excellent habitats for hundreds of various plant and animal species. On this island, one of the animal species present is the Java sparrow, which serves as the main character of our novel. At their house, Carol and her spouse were having a pleasant day. Things were proceeding as usual, but that quickly changed. In order to spend some time with his friend, Carol's husband went to the neighbor's house. In the yard, the two men were chatting and enjoying themselves for a while. Carol's husband saw something odd moving in the grass at that point. He leaned closer, unsure of what it may be and wary in case it was anything terrible, but he was astounded by what he discovered. There was a little featherless Java sparrow scuttling around in the damp grass. The tiny bird's wings were still developing in feathers, while its rest of body was still simply pink flesh, indicating how young it was. Carol's husband carefully scooped up the little animal, cradling it in his palms so as not to injure it. In addition to being in disbelief at what he had seen, the man was concerned about what to do with the animal. He initially searched the garden intently, hoping to discover the adult Java sparrows somewhere. However, after a few minutes, he was unable to locate them. The good-hearted man brought the little animal back to his wife, knowing that he couldn't just leave it all alone as it would not survive the night. Carol was amazed when he showed her the little bird. Carol shared her husband's belief that the little bird had unintentionally fallen out of its nest and that its parents were undoubtedly searching for it. Reluctant to part the creature from its natural family, Carol returned the tiny bird to her neighbor's garden and searched carefully for the nest and its parents once more. Unfortunately, she was unable to locate either, so she brought the bird back to her house, determined to raise it into a responsible adult. But as Carol quickly discovered, caring for a newborn chick is not an easy chore. "I had to feed him every hour or two from sunrise to sunset," the interviewee recalled. "After that period of just figuring out what we should do, then it became the realization that we have a bird we're raising in our house." Carol returned to her neighbor's garden every day while caring for the baby chick to try to identify its parents. However, when the days passed with no sign of them, Carol's husband took it upon themselves to raise the baby bird, which they named Mr. Baby Snuggles. The one issue was that Maurice, the couple's adopted cat, also resided with them. Furthermore, as anybody who has watched Looney Tunes will attest, Sylvester and Tweety Pie prove that cats and birds aren't the greatest of friends. However, Carol and her spouse were not going to give up. In an interview, Carol stated, "We really worked hard to teach Maurice that the bird was not something to be played with." However, it didn't appear like the couple needed to worry because Mr. Snuggles grew fond of Maurice and savored spending as much time as possible with the cat. The fact that the bird never attempted to attack the cat suggests that the cat liked him too. Carol had a few rabbits in addition to Maurice and Mr. Snuggles, which the naughty little bird enjoyed playing with. "He likes to pull their whiskers while they're eating," she explained. Fortunately, the rabbits haven't acted aggressively against the small bird, so they didn't take too much offense at this. It wasn't long until Mr. Snuggles needed to learn how to fly. And because he didn't have any bird parents, Carol and her husband had to teach him this vital life skill. "The way that I could bribe him to work on flying was with his feeding syringe," stated Carol, "because he was so imprinted on the syringe that anytime he saw it, he wanted it. And this creative approach did the trick. The little Java bird quickly developed into an amazing flyer who enjoyed zipping about the home to go where he needed to go." Carol wanted the mischievous, lovely bird to live in the wild rather than as a pet, even though she loved him. However, Mr. Snuggles ended up imprinting on people due to human care throughout his early years, meaning he would never fully return to the wild. Realizing this, Carol chose a gentle release strategy that would allow the bird to acclimate to its new surroundings while still giving him a comfortable place to live. As a result, Mr. Snuggles slept outside in the woods with his brood of Java sparrows and spent the day with the people who had saved him. There are around 200 Java sparrows in the flock that Mr. Snuggles has become friends with. Carol would get up early every morning to prepare breakfast for Mr. Snuggles and his 200 companions. Later in the evening, she would repeat the same procedure for their dinner. "I can't detect any difference between any of them when I feed them," the woman remarked. However, the issue isn't as serious as you would believe. The reason for this is because she and Mr. Snuggles have conversations. Carol only needs to click her tongue a few times to get Mr. Snuggles' attention. This small bird, full of cheek, perks up at the sound and gives her a couple of clicks in response. Mr. Snuggles enjoys spending his days at the house with his owners. Since the pair loves having the cute little sparrow fly about after them, they don't have a cage for him and don't want one, so he has full run of the house. However, the mischievous bird bids his flock farewell as dusk falls. The 200 birds then take off toward a valley that is somewhat below Carol's house, where they will spend the night among the trees that make up their nest. Carol has Mr. Snuggles as her own alarm clock for when morning comes again. The reason for this is that the small sparrow soars up to the trees closest to her bedroom and starts singing until she gets up. However, given that he was not raised among his family or other birds that were similar to him, how does the small bird know how to sing? Carol would then go on YouTube and play the videos of Java sparrows singing and chirping to each other that Mr. Snuggles had posted in order to fix this problem. She thought that by doing this, she would aid in the small bird's imprinting on song and further advance his growth. He needed months, Carol said. He needed roughly 3 months to compose his song, but that's okay because he now has a lovely singing voice. "We've had incredible interspecies and interpersonal bonding," Carol remarked. Carol and her spouse consider all of Hawaii's natural beauty to be a blessing and adore the state. They are appreciative of the chance to learn more about nature with Mr. Snuggles. No matter who we are, where we are, or what we are, we can all connect in some manner and support one another when necessary, as seen by the incredible relationship that Carol and Mr. Snuggles have. What a cute little story. Please share your thoughts about this video in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.